Hi, my name is Molly Cronquist, and this is my assignment, Debunking Myths. So many people claim to have the answer to how children learn the best, the fastest, the greatest. However, what we need to realize is that not every single child learns the same exact way. After reading How We Learn and Why It Happens by Carrie, the article Improving Students' Learning with Effective Learning Techniques by Dunlowski, Rawson, March, Nathan, and Willingham, the article Why Urban Myths About Education Are So Persistent and How to Tackle Them by Williams, and The Harsh Truth About Speed Reading by Oxenham, I decided to delve into these different research-based ways that children learn best, and the myths that coincide with the research, because there are a few. With this knowledge, I can create the perfect potion from all these different research-based methods to help every individual child learn the best way that they can. I believe this information is critical for all teachers to learn about because it's important to teach the way in which a student learns best. This requires a lot of differentiation, but it's very doable. Dunlowski and his researchers in 2013 stated that there are many underutilized teaching and learning techniques that help children learn even better, with little added effort from the teacher. As a teacher, I love to hear that. They researched 10 different teaching techniques that require little effort for teachers to add into their daily teaching, and then techniques that students use on a regular basis. One of the teaching techniques mentioned by these researchers is self-explanation, which is explaining how new information is related to old information. This is somewhat linked to what Carrie further discussed about Gibson's principles of perceptual learning and development. However, this theory states that children are able to grow in their knowledge by differentiating the new knowledge from old knowledge. The research from the 5 researchers of the article Improving Students' Learning with Effective Learning Techniques, found that children learn best when they are able to intertwine their newfound knowledge with the old knowledge that they know. So drawing on schema for a story is a great way to scaffold a child to help them intertwine that knowledge simultaneously. Something very doable and easy for teachers to just add in 2 minutes before they go into start reading a story. Another teaching technique that Dunlowski and his group researched was rereading. This technique was chosen because it's a very common strategy that students and teachers use on a daily basis. Dunlowski and his group of researchers stated that reading should increase a child's knowledge on a subject due to the qualitative hypothesis. Studies have shown that rereading increases one's ability to recall the main ideas because, as quoted in the article, Improving Students' Learning with Effective Learning Techniques, the qualitative hypothesis assumes that rereading differentially affects the processing of higher level and lower level information within a text, with particular emphasis placed on the conceptual organization and processing of main ideas during rereading. So, rereading helps you understand the text on many different levels, which helps you distinguish the author's main idea. Although it was shown to increase comprehension, it had me start to reflect on the article, The Harsh Truth About Speed Reading by Oxenham. Although rereading has been researched to improve comprehension, we must educate children on what rereading to increase your understanding actually looks like. I know for a fact that if I told a small group of children to reread a story that they just read to help their understanding, they would fly through it as fast as possible. And that's not helping them understand it any better. As stated by Oxenham's research, speed reading does not increase one's comprehension. When you are speed reading, you are reading what you want to read, so you're not getting the entire picture that the author is trying to convey. In fact, he goes so far as to say that some of these speed reading competitions are sometimes rigged because pre-tests can be easier than post-tests, or readers have the background knowledge on the test, so they're able to infer and come to a reasonable summary about what happened in the story. As stated by Williams in Why Urban Myths About Education Are So Persistent and How to Tackle Them, we must educate teachers on the research-based learning techniques because there are so many different myths out there. Williams touched on Schwartz research that states that people are more likely to remember false information when given both a true fact and a false fact. So, therefore, teachers are more likely to remember the teaching and learning myths as opposed to the research-based facts. Having rigorous research-based training for teachers on the best ways to educate children is the only way that we're going to get rid of all of these myths that surround the school systems. Knowing the research-based learning styles and ways to help children use these tools to help them better succeed will help teachers help their students grow in their education. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm Molly Cronquist. Bye!